Okay, so I am here with John Martinez, a prospective writing tutor, and we're here doing a podcast for Tutors, a multiliteracy journal that is going to be published through SUNY Plattsburgh. We're just going to have a general chat. Do you want to say hello, John?
Oh, hi. My name is John. I'm a student at SUNY Plattsburgh, English major, also education major. I'm sorry, with an English concentration, and yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks, John. So I guess one of the most interesting things to me about you as a writing tutor is that English wasn't your first language. Can you talk about that at all?
I mean, I remember one of the main things I remember when I was a child is when the difficulties of learning how to learning how to read and write in English. Remember I was about 2, 3 years old. My dad used to tell me these stories how I would only talk Spanish, and he would have me sit down for hours on end during the day trying to teach me English because he didn't want me to get bullied in school, or he didn't want me to be put in a bilingual class because he thought they were limiting. So when I was growing up, it was difficult, but I did have a really good support system from my parents to learn the language of English. And to this day, even to my mom, who only speaks Spanish, I talk to her in English, and she understands me. And I don't talk Spanish at all, rarely, actually, now.
Oh, really? So you could say that your dad was your first English tutor?
Yeah, pretty much. He was my first English tutor. I mean, I wouldn't consider it tutoring, but yeah, he was my first English tutor. He was the stepping stone for me to basically become who I am today with writing and English and stuff.
Okay, thanks. Do you think that will change your approach to writing tutoring with ESL students?
Definitely. I think it would, just for the simple fact is that I would easily, even though they are older, so it's a bit harder for them, or it could be easier since they're able to understand things better. I do understand the struggles that they have to go through learning a new language because not only was I trying to learn English when I was young, but recently, about a year and a half ago, I was trying to learn French, and I went in with the incentive, with the thinking that, oh, it's going to be easy. I learned English easy, and I know Spanish, so French should be easy. And French was actually one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. So I think I know the struggles of an ESL student coming to this country, trying to learn our language and trying to adopt our ideals and stuff. So I would be able to understand them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree with you. French is a difficult language to learn.
Yeah.
I've been trying to learn it since I was little. So, I guess if we could switch the discussion a little bit to just more general, like your general reasons for wanting to become a tutor. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I remember freshman year when I came into Plattsburgh. My friends would ask me what am I majoring in. I would tell them in business marketing, and most of them would tell me you don't look like a business major. You look like someone who would.
What does that even mean, though?
I honestly I don't know. They would tell me I don't look like they. A lot of my friends say I didn't look like a business major or anything else kind of major. They told me I look like the type of major to help people and stuff like that. And I basically just thought about I spent my first semester thinking about what I should do. So second semester freshman year I took a bunch of different classes. Primary classes, like I took math, I took English, history, science, and I basically got my niche when I figured out that I was really, really good at English. I knew I was really good at English, but I didn't think I would actually enjoy being good at English. I enjoyed the classes. I enjoyed actually, reading and paying attention. And from there, I became an English major. But when the tutoring kicked in was when, over the summer for my first internship at the end of my freshman year of college, I had a tutor and counsel a group of freshman honor students from my previous high school, and I wanted to become a tutor because a lot of them didn't know a lot of simple things that I knew in my generation when I was in the ninth grade going into the 10th grade, like how to use semicolons, or all those, or comma splices, or how sentence structure, all those kind of simple things that you're supposed to know in the 10th grade. And I got really frustrated because they didn't know these things, and it was the lack of education that they wanted. So I wanted to become a writing tutor to be able to learn more how to help people with how to write, how to fix their grammar and all that stuff, how to basically get their writing to the point that they're happy, so that they won't have so that they won't be frustrated anymore. Because I remember I used to be frustrated with my writing at points, but then I got the hang of it.
Nice. Do you think you're going to use your tutoring experience to transition into public school teaching or another type of teaching?
Definitely, actually. Another reason why I became a tutor. I wanted basically to learn how to teach somebody. Tutoring, you don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a random appointment with a random student that you don't know or you may know. Could be with an ESL student, could be with student you may not like, but while tutoring, you get to learn how to first be patient. Then you get to learn how to teach somebody how to do something. And it helps with like the speaking to the student, because sometimes a lot of teachers, they don't know how to communicate with their students, and a lot of times students fail classes and the teacher says, oh well, that's your fault because you need to read the syllabus. And I think it's a two-way street. It's between the teacher and the student. It's how much the teacher is voicing what you have to do while the student's doing it. And I feel like tutoring would actually help me become a much better teacher than I think I would become.
Nice. Yeah, nice answer. Is there anything else you want to talk about, John?
One thing I did want to talk about, one frustration I do have is the whole thing with online tutoring.
Oh, okay.
The reason for that is when we had our discussion earlier this week about technology and tutoring and such, I had remembered that my senior year in high school, my high school had acquired this deal with this website. I forgot the website's name, but basically this website, the teachers would use it for essays, and the students would upload their essay on the website, and basically the teacher would edit the essay through the website, and the website would read if the student is plagiarizing or not. Even if the student forgets to cite correctly or doesn't cite in a certain way, it still counts as plagiarizing. And I got really upset because programs like that where computers automate correcting it upsets me, because it shows that the people who make these computers for tutoring or writing or whatever, like autocorrect for like Word, that there's only one way of writing, and there really isn't one way of writing. There's different ways of writing. Like I'll be typing an essay on Word, and I'll get the green squiggly line under it, and saying that wrong use of grammar. Now I'll take it to a teacher and they'll tell me no, it's fine. So the whole thing with tutoring using technology or online, I don't really agree with it. I mean, other than like trying to find useful resources to use while you're tutoring,
like a podcast.
Useful resources. I don't think online tutoring is really helpful. And another thing I really believe in is the whole emotional attachment to tutoring session. In my reading response, that I mentioned how one of the reasons why a tutoring session is successful in person is because a tutee is coming up to you as a tutor for your help, and you're telling the tutee basically that you're there for them. So the tutee has an emotional attachment towards you, and they trust you. So not only are you helping them with their paper, but you're also helping them with their own confidence, with their own writing. Because you have a lot of instances where students come in and they're really scared to present their essays because they're not really confident.
That was from an interview with John Martinez, a writing tutor at SUNY Plattsburgh, done on April the 11th, 2014.